cleared for takeoff runway tree left, TS 1515.
welcome back to Tailstrike Air and our little tour along the Nile, who's gonna maybe end in this episode. But we are in the southern part of Egypt in Abu Simbel, and we're gonna head up towards Cairo. Not sure if we're gonna reach it, but I'm gonna sure try. I have set everything, and all we gotta do is release the handbrake and take off towards Egypt. Oh, well, you are in Egypt. Yeah, okay, towards along the Nile. Yes, along the Nile. That is what we're gonna do. Okay. Lift off. Let's up the flaps. Let's go there and let's put on the autopilot. We can climb to our altitude. And then we're gonna go the heading. Out along the Nile. Yay! We are slowly climbing towards 2,000 feet, which is the altitude I'm gonna be staying at. And we're gonna have to hold down on the power because I'm gonna go too fast. But we're flying over this huge reservoir where they have dammed up the Nile. And at the end of it is a big dam.
Leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Alright. There we go.
Abu Simbel Tower, TS 1515. Frequency change.
Alright, we are a go. And I hope everything is fine. Everything seems to be fine. Yeah, everything seems to be fine. That's good. You never know if YouTube decides to throw you some kind of curveball. What I'm also thinking of doing is putting up a complete list of all the towns I've visited. And I'm gonna put it up on my Discord. So once I'm done with that, I might put up a link to the Discord. Yeah, you should. Or you should put it somewhere. Can you put it somewhere else? If I put it in the description, it would be a very long description. Oh well. I would like to put up, have like a sort of a do a Google sheet with everything. Oh, that would be so much work. Yeah, you should have started right away. Then it wouldn't have been so much work. Well, yeah. Oh, okay. We're flying on the edge. This is one big reservoir. It is. Oh no, it's the Lake Nasser, but I think it's due to the Aswan Dam that created the Lake Nasser. They created this whole massive lake just for one dam. Oh well. I wonder how many people got displaced while building this one. Probably quite a lot. Okay, we're going that way. And I made an outro as well. Woohoo! Well, you're gonna have to wait until the end to see that outro. It's nothing fancy. But at least I did it. And I hope it works. Here it's itching. Yeah. And you are a bit more zoomed in. And we have here no. Why didn't you want to show? Oh. No. Okay. The cat cam has disappeared. Not sure where. It just did. Ah. Cat cam disappeared. That's a bummer. Gonna have to check that out where that went. Mile is sleeping below me and Luma is half asleep up in the cat tree. I think there is somewhere. Oh yeah, here in. No, that's not it. And I think there should be somewhere in little map where you can see how long I've traveled since I started. But don't. No, that is a bit annoying. It would be nice to have been able to see like how far I've traveled since starting. It doesn't seem to be a thing for that. Yes, here, 35 nautical miles. I have traveled 35 nautical miles. Alright, thank you. Well, the lake is turning here. Not much to see. It's very desolate here. This is like a completely uninhabited part of Egypt. Which is weird. You would think that this lake would encourage people to settle along it, but apparently not. Apparently that is not the case. There is basically no settlements at all between us and the next town, which is Aswan. So maybe it's just not a very hospitable place to live. Well, there's water. There's a lot of water. And there's also some lakes inland here as well. So this should be a nice place. Maybe everybody wants to live around Cairo. Yeah, probably. What about that town we just left? Yeah, what about it? I don't know. Maybe there's something interesting about it. Abu Simbel. There's a temple. Yeah. Well, Abu Simbel is a historic site comprising 2 massive rock-cut temples in the village. That's the village. What? Isn't there like... Yeah, here it is. It's a town in the government of Aswan. It lies on the western shore of the Lake Nasser. I need to start turning. He's mostly known for the temple of Abu Simbel, which Ramses II built in the 12th century before 13th century before Christ. Is one of Egypt's largest tourist attractions. It has about 2,600 inhabitants. Look bigger. You sure that is the town we were at? Not big. Abu Simbel. Yeah, it really isn't that big. Quite small actually. Just have an airport. Okay. Maybe because it's really hard to get to. There are some other settlements around it as well. So. And our next destination is Aswan. There are actually 2 dams here. There's the big upper dam, and then there's a lower dam as well. We'll see that when we get there. We'll see how Microsoft have rendered those pieces. And see here how we are. But between us and then there's basically nothing. There is a small settlement, or is it just? No, it's just a place. It was a random place name on Google Earth. This whole place like kind of in a way reminds like of a smaller version of Norway's coast. Like a little bit higher hills and then a heck of a lot of small, almost like fjords coming out, even though it's like a river. We're about to enter the like actual Lake Nasser. I don't know what if the other parts have a different name, but we are about to enter Lake Nasser. Oh, it actually didn't. There was not very much of a difference in how the lake was before and after they built the dam. When did they build the dam? I don't know, maybe Google it and go back. No, the dam is older than Google Images. It started in 1959. Google doesn't go back that far, it only goes down to 1984. Oh well. Bummer. I thought I was gonna be able to see how it looked before. Could probably find an image. Oh well. Here is Lake Nasser. And find if we can find some information about it. Created Lake Nasser. A large reservoir in southern Egypt and northern Sudan. It was created by the construction of the Aswan High Dam and is one of the largest man-made lakes in the world. Before its creation, hi Noni. Project faced opposition from Sudan as it would encroach on land in the northern part of the country where many Nubian people lived. It would also be resettled in Sudan land near the area of Lake Nasser was mostly flooded by the lake. The lake has become an important economic resource in Egypt, improving agriculture and supporting robust fishing and tourism industry. I hope everything is okay. I have done something and I have no clue if it works. I went and connected my YouTube account to Stream Elements. And I have no clue if I actually done it correctly or not. But if someone new subscribed to the channel, there should be a small notification coming up here up in the corner. I have no clue if it works or not. We'll see when the next time anyone subscribes, if it works. It would be cool. I'm gonna say pling. I'm not sure it's gonna say pling. I think it's just gonna be some notification. If it works, I'm gonna start adding some more things for it. But some... Oh... No, I don't want... Now YouTube has started doing this weird thing where it's translating again. I don't want that. I don't want it to translate. I can't speak English. How do I... How do I... Now I can... I could turn it off before, but I don't remember where. Language. Oh, I don't think it was somewhere here. It does not do that. What? Why? No. Oh, I don't like this. I hate it. See that? Yeah, no. Could not translate it. You don't think the notification works? Oh well. I have to... I have to check it out. Oh, you weren't subscribed before, I think. Sorry. Well, now I know it doesn't work. I will investigate further when I have more time. I just started doing it like an hour before the actual stream, so... But I will investigate further and see if I can make it work. Well, maybe I did something wrong. I will see. Well, anyway, thanks for the sub. Even though my fancy notification didn't work. I probably did something wrong. I will check out some tutorials on how to do it and how to get it set up correctly and things like that. There's probably more to it than what I did. Well, this first little leg of the flight is... I wonder if I'm gonna touch down here, or if I'm gonna continue over to the next airport. I think I'm gonna continue over to the next airport. This is a pretty short flight. It will only be about... I've flown 103 nautical miles. Yeah. I will continue over beta testing. Here you the beta tester. The beta testing failed. Ow. Probably did something wrong there. Oh well. At some point I might get it to work. Soon we will be passing over those big dams, the Aswan Dam. It is about 40 nautical miles from us. I might as well land on this airport just because. Nearest airport, it is this one. Soon Aswan Tower. We can go with touch and go.
Aswan Tower, TS 1515 tree 7 miles south 2000 for touch and go.
TS 1515, Aswan Tower, QNH 1009er, make straight in runway 35.
Fly straight in runway tree 5, TS 1515.
Okay, so we're gonna go E5. I should have, if I do this, I should be basically straight on the airport. Straight in 0. Yeah. Alright, we'll see. So I'm basically just gonna touch down and then floor it and take off again. Just for some fun. No, I don't think that would be a good idea. I have done that in the past and it didn't end well. If you put the plane into the water, there's tend to be a hard time getting it back up. Planes are not meant to fly underwater. Wouldn't it be better to fly over the dam? Yeah. Cancel landing intentions. We're not gonna land here.
Tower, TS 1515. Cancel landing intention.
I'm not landing here. We're landing at the next airport instead.
Your cancellation is received.
So we fly to the next airport so that we can fly and have a nice look over the dams. Because they're right next to the airport. The Aswan High Dam, often called simply Aswan Dam, was built between 1960 and 1970 across the Nile in Aswan, Egypt. It's one of the world's largest embankment dams. It was developed by the Egyptian government with the help of the Soviet Union to control flooding, increase water storage for irrigation, and generate hydroelectricity. The dam was seen as pivotal to the country's industrialization plans, like the Aswan Low Dam, which had been completed in 1902. The High Dam has changed the economy and culture of Egypt. When it was completed, it was the tallest earthen dam in the world, surpassing the Chattooga Dam in the United States. It created a Lake Nasser reservoir. The Aswan Low Dam is a gravity masonry buttress dam on the Nile River in Aswan, Egypt. The dam was built at the former first cataract of the Nile and is located about 1,000 kilometers upriver. Constructed between 1899 and 1902, it was intended to reduce flooding and to support population growth in the lower Nile. The dam provided inadequate flood protection and was raised twice between 1907, 1912 and 1929 to 1933. The alterations did not suffice and it was nearly overtopped in 1946, which led to the construction of the Aswan High Dam 6 kilometers upstream. We have eyes on the dam. It is straight ahead. See how they have rendered it. They have done a good job or not. So far it looks decent. Well, here we go. The Aswan High Dam. Ah, it looks cool. Very big, and there's some cars driving over it as well. That looks cool. You have the settlements around it and everything. Alright, and now we're heading down towards what is the low dam here. There's some people living on that island. Cool. It's a big dam. And here we have the next one. It's also a kind of long dam, but it doesn't... It's a different kind of dam. And apparently not as effective. Oh well. Oh well, that was funny. And here we have a big town here. Which town is this? This is Aswan? Yeah, Aswan. Seems to be a pretty big town. It has a population of about 265,000. And it's also one of the driest populated places in the world. It hasn't rained for 6 years. Yikes. Well, I'm actually gonna go down to a bit of a lower altitude.
Altitude.
Yeah, who needs rain when you have a big... Why don't you want to work? Yeah, they got plenty of water in the Nile. So... And it seems to be pretty... well, sort of green. Parts of it is green. It is kind of cool here to look out on the on Google Earth, and you can definitely see like tons of dried out riverbeds. That is probably one. If it starts raining, they're probably filling up quite fast. If you look in here, you can see all these where the water have carved through the landscape. There we have another airport. No. That is the town of... We're now flying, coming up towards the town of Farao here on our side. We're starting to get into more populated area of Egypt. It's like the rain is evaporating as soon as it hits the tarmac. I'm not gonna take that turn, that part here. We're gonna go fly over a little bit. It's like an island where the Nile have taken two paths. We're passing that town or settlement over there is Naga al-Jami. And this one here is Muniha. Yeah. I am extremely sorry if I completely butcher the language, which I probably did when I flew in India as well. What Egypt is called in Swedish? It's almost the same. Egypten. So we basically add an en at the end. So Egypten. What's it called in India? I guess it's called Egypt in English, but Misr. Misr. Alright. In Hindi it's... Oh. I wonder what it's called in Arabic. I think it's something similar. It's like Al-Misr or something like that. I don't think it has... Because I recognize that Misr. I'm gonna check. In Arabic, it's called Masr. So it's almost the same as in Hindi. Instead of an I, as in Misr, it's called Masr. I know I recognize this from some. Yeah, Masr. I know I heard it and I like had seen it somewhere. Something similar. It is kind of funny that countries can have so completely different names in different languages. One thing is Germany. It's like Germany in English. It's Tyskland in Swedish. It's Deutschland in German, and it's like Allemagne in France. So it's like completely different names of the same country. Oh, what's the name of India in Hindi? I guess India is like the English people's version for it. Okay, where are we right now? Okay. But, ooh, our next stop is a very famous place. And like I say, very, very famous. Place we're gonna land in. It is a very, very, very famous place. Hindustan. Yeah, Hindustan I heard. Bharat. Okay. Well, can you guess what our destination for this part of the flight is? I'm gonna continue after it, but the first destination? A very, very famous Egyptian town. What could it be? What could it be? What could it be? Hey! 1 point to Noni. It wasn't all that hard. Like, we're flying in Upper Egypt, and what is most famous in Upper Egypt? Oh. Is she gonna go on a Nile cruise to Luxor? That would be kind of cool to go on a Nile cruise. We're definitely getting into more populated areas here. Like this place very green and very agriculture. The other side, not so much. A little bit, but still green. If you look in there. But it's a very contrast. Like right along the river, it's very, very green. And artificially green, you can say. And then just beyond it is like this sharp line where there's desert. What I think I'm gonna do is first, how is the airport located? I need to check on the Google Maps. Where is the airport? There is the airport. I can land on the airport and then take off and head over to the famous things. Yeah, definitely can see that. But I also see straight ahead of us a very big ridge. You see this ridge here, it seems to be a very distinctive mountain. Can I have contact with Luxor yet? Yes.
TS 1515 is 8 miles south, 1500 with Sierra to land.
TS 1515, Luxor Tower. QNH 1007. Make straight in runway 02.
There we go.
Fly straight in runway 02, TS 1515.
And there's some big mountains over there as well. Kings, and they have a lot of different big temples and things like that. The airport is basically behind this big mountain. And I think the normal approach to the airport is like going over that mountain and then down. But since I'm already flying so low, I can't go over the mountain. It's more than 1500 feet. This is going to be an interesting. I'm going to have to go around the mountain and make a hard turn in order to line up with the airport. We'll see how that goes. To make for an interesting approach. I doubt they will. If I were to go like this for real, they would be like, please go higher. Thank you. I know that you should not fly into the mountains. I have done it, and it's not a good thing. Can you see here? The mountain is like, I think it's like maybe 2,500 feet tall. So, I hope the bloody airport. No, it's at 230. I thought the airport would have been like up on the top of the plateau, but it's not. Alright, we're gonna make a hard turn around the mountain. We'll be coming around the mountain. That fits really well here. Alright. Basically, you can see the airport there. Do I have to go around the mountain? And then... I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna start turning to the left. Not that much left. Oh, I would have really have liked you if you stayed on that zoom. Alright. Let's go for this one. I wish I could control the zoom on this. Little map. I wish I can do that. I wonder if I can do this. Put it on approach. No, that doesn't. Okay. Thought I could put it on approach and it would tell the plane that there's a glide slope here, but that does not work. I need to have a destination for it. And I haven't put in a destination. Alright, let's start turning. There we have the airport in sight.
TS-1515, wind tree 16 at 5, clear to land runway 02.
Acknowledge landing
Cleared
clearance.
to land runway 02, TS-1515.
Soviet Womble videos. No, I have not. What does he do? Which runway was it? Clear to land runway 02. Okay.
Autopilot.
Hey, and we're here landed. Alrighty.
TS-1515, turn next taxiway.
Yeah, thank you.
TS-1515, contact ground on 121.9er.
Acknowledge ground handoff.
Going to 121.9.
Sort of. It was
TS-1515.
pretty hard one. Tune looks aground. Request taxi to parking.
Luxor ground, TS-1515. Request taxi to parking.
TS-1515. Taxi to General Aviation parking using Taxiway Alpha.
Taxiing to General Aviation parking using Taxiway Alpha, TS-1515.
So what you're gonna do here is basically... Yeah. Are we on the ground? Yes. Are we alive? Yes. Nice landing. Oh, you want me to come in from the other side? Yeah, I'm coming. I don't think you should walk there, like straight towards my plane. That is not a good place to be, you know? I basically chopped your legs off with the wings. All right. Well, I'm gonna try something for the next one, because the next airport have, you see, so I'm gonna punch in the our destination, where we are now is at HELX. That's the origin. Execute, and then we're going up to Eat. Well, that's suitable for Egypt. Execute. I don't think that there are like, you can actually plot a course along the Nile. No. So oh. Yes. Cute. I have this. Why don't you want to show in the legs? Ah, because you need a departure. Yeah, we're gonna depart from runway 2. Execute and auto, yes. And it just show HELX, yes. And then departure runway 2. Yes. Okay. Arrival runway 31. Cute. Now we have it completely here. All right. No, we don't. Because previous, hold that as, there's something weird going on here. It does not want to recognize the Luxor airport. Some reason. HELX. HELX. Yes. Ah. Oh well, that really doesn't matter, but because all I want is a destination airport. Taxi for takeoff option. Part straight out. Okay.
Luxor round, TS 1515. Ready to taxi, straight out departure with Sierra.
Okay. And it broke down.
Luxor round, TS 1515. Requesting pushback.
TS 1515. Pushback request accepted.
It did not say which runway I was gonna start from. Are you gonna start or not? Hello. No.
15. Request to end pushback received.
And that has, okay. Sometimes it just does that. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna head out towards runway 2 and hope that I can get some. See here. Here. Okay. Sometimes the ATC just does like that. Like, no, I don't feel like it. I had one time when it did that, where I couldn't do anything with it more, and then I like, okay, I will take off, and the ATC will like, you have not cleared for takeoff. Yeah, well, you did not give me the chance to get a clearance. You didn't want to give me a clearance. I could not get a clearance. How am I gonna get a clearance? I did ask for a clearance, but you, some reason, you don't want to give me a clearance. So how could I have gotten a clearance? Chance to get a clearance? No. Alright then. If you don't want to give it to me, I don't care. Not like I have a choice. I need to get out of the airport. The first thing it's gonna do now is like, TS-15, you do not have a takeoff clearance. Well, that's because you did not give it to me. Alright. We are... I'm gonna go and set that one there. Gonna start complaining at me now. Any second now, he's gonna start complaining at me for taking off. Any second, or no? No, I didn't. Okay.
TS-1515.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
not cleared to take off.
Yeah, well, you know why? Because you did.
TS-1515. ATC services terminated. Good
Yeah, I
day.
noticed that. I noticed that ATC services were terminated. Alright. We are gonna go towards something over here. Because over here is the Valley of the Kings. Yeah. Not sure we're gonna actually see that much. Or if I can figure out all that much. Find Luxor on the map. There is Luxor. The Valley of the Kings is somewhere around here. Or it's up in the mountains. Oh, it's up in the mountains. Oh well, it's somewhere up there. Not sure where. Oh, I think it's here, that this is the Valley of the Kings. Yeah. Okay. Can I somehow get in there? You could if you fly manually. Let's see. I think he's flying in here. Okay. I'm gonna go manual and hopefully I'm not gonna crash. Because in here should be the Valley of the Kings.
Autopilot.
Let's see. Somewhere in here should be the Valley of the Kings. Okay, we're going quite high up now because I don't want to fly into. I think it's somewhere there. Well, it's somewhere in here. There's really not much to actually see. No. I wonder if I'm in the right place. Might not be. Or it's there. That might be. Finding something like that is not very easy. Yeah. I don't want to go that way. Maybe I do. Yeah, because over here we actually do have some stuff that we might actually be able to see a little bit of. Oh, couldn't find the Valley of the Kings. But there are some temples and things like that here. Can you? Stop turning that way and maybe.
Autopilot.
Thank you. There are some temples and things like that here. Why are you heading that way? I do not want to fly a complete circle. It wants to fly a complete circle. Oh well. Like. It just decided that. Can you please fly in a different, not fly in a circle? What is this bloody plane doing? Because this is not good. plane has just decided that it wanted to fly
Autopilot.
in a big circle around and around and around, despite me actually telling it not to. Can you go on? Oh, you actually start flying in a direction I want you to now. Thank you. Oh well, it is actually quite hard to see any of the actual landmarks and things from the air. Could have flown straight across again. I'm gonna see if I can get some kind of indication of where stuff is. I think that was the Ramses over there. Yeah. Oh well. We have visited Luxor. Even if I couldn't see much of it. Well, I have a different plan for the next stream. Or when I arrive in Cairo. I'm gonna do a little special thing. There's another town. Already now. We are flying in the right direction. Yes, we are. All right. Next destination after Luxor, I think, is either How long was that? Go from there to there. I could actually just fly all the way up to Cairo. I'll land there. Depends a little bit on the fuel. Gonna see that. You do burn a lot of fuel when you're flying on this low altitude. 48, 58, 68. Burnt about 24% of my fuel. Yeah, I should have enough to go to Cairo. Next stop, Cairo. Capital of Egypt and the biggest city in... Well, it used to be the biggest city in Africa, but I think they have a stiff competition with Lagos. Oh, it's only the third after Lagos and Kinshasa. But the actual capital is about 9.5 million, and the big metropolitan area has about 22.6 million people. Here's another city that seems pretty decently big. There's a lot of big-ish towns along this path. I think this is Osa. Yep, this is Kosa. You know which is the most populated city in the world? I think it's still the most populated city in the world, but it might get overtaken soon by another city. I'm not sure if it has been overtaken yet or if it's close to being. Guangzhou is pretty far off yet. And it's either Jakarta or Tokyo. It's very, very close between those two cities. And then, of course, New Delhi is sniffing in the behind there as well. I don't know if Jakarta has overtaken Tokyo yet or not. Kind of interest. I don't know how updated the information on Wikipedia is. It has, yeah. It's hard to actually tell because a lot of these cities, they really don't know how many people live in them. Like Jakarta, they just estimate, and I think it's the same with Delhi. They do like populous, like census. Yeah, that as well. Like, what is the city? What is the metropolitan area? And everything. Like, that's an interesting thing. Like, very flat and then this massive. It's because all of this flatness, most of it here around, is deposits from the river. It snakes itself a lot here. The fun thing with Tokyo is that depending on how you count it, because you have the actual Tokyo, which is quite small, because the whole region is just these different cantons, and they don't look at cities the same way in Japan as we do in the rest of the world. So Tokyo is made up of like gazillion different small cities. The actual Tokyo, not that big, but then you have the whole built-up area, which is really big. And then you have other cities like Gongchao, where like the actual limits of what it count as the city is basically the size of Holland or something like that, or of the Netherlands. So, but can you actually count that? What is the actual city and what isn't? Yeah, and it's like, but that is not. But then there's like a lot of other cities, and I don't think that you can actually count that whole thing as a city itself, because then it's basically like you're saying like yeah, you have the state of you have the city of New York and you have the state of New York, and counting the capital region is like counting that the whole state of New York and not just the city of New York. So, but I guess within the national like city governments and things like that. Yeah. But it's like if you just say Stockholm, the Stockholm region, the whole what we count as the Stockholm region also share public transport, and there are I think like 30 different cities or something like that it comprises the region. So, and some of them are part of the Stockholm metropolitan area, some are not, and makes up their own metropolitan areas. So I guess it's all how you count it. Yeah, I just checked on Google Maps the national capital region of there, and it's basically a very big region. Uh, and I would not say that that is one solid metropolitan area. So it's more like a region, yeah. But just the fact that that region has 8 times more population than all of Sweden makes you feel like Sweden is very small. It has about the same population as Germany. And Germany is the most populated country in Europe. It's like, yeah. All of India has... Yeah. I got that. And it's like... If you count all of Europe, and not just... Like all of Europe. Europe has about 700 million people, I think. So India has more people than all of Europe. Of course, China also have more people. It's like the majority of people in a... You call that a small town? The biggest town in Sweden is Stockholm. If you count just the actual city, it has... I think it has around 1 million people. And that's the biggest town in Sweden. The town I live in has 60,000 people. Yeah. When you count Europe, you have to also define what you count as Europe. You count the EU. You count everything that counts as the continent of Europe, or do you count in the European part of Russia or not? So it's like, it's also a very hard part. You count the part of Turkey that is in Europe, or you don't count that, and it's like, that's really hard to define. Okay, we're now passing Suhak, and we have an airport somewhere here. There is one. Somewhere here is an airport. I think it's over there. Yeah, that's probably it. But when are you going on vacation to Europe, Nonny? You have a lot of people to visit here. I have a really strong headwind. Someday. Yeah. Someday I might go to India. Have no clue when, how, or where. Here's another big town. It is the town of... not sure what. It would be where we have that airport. But it seems like a pretty big. Yeah, trying to find that on. It's like, good luck. I think it might have been Asyut. I'm not sure. I think so, because there's all of these islands here. Yeah, it might have been that one. Or it was also a quite big turn. Yeah, not sure if it was that one or not. That's basically... or I'm further north than I think I am. Yeah, I have no clue. I think I can see... where am I? Like, I think I can figure out where I am on the map. Asyut. No, I'm not at Asyut. I'm Suhak. I just passed Suhak. There Asyut. There is Suhak. Yeah, it was Suhak that was that big town. Because Suhak airport is like further south. Yeah. That big town over there is Suhak. Oh, here we have a like an island. The river splits. El Maragha. Coming up to now. Right, I know where we are. Try and keep that in mind. Well,
Altitude.
I'm gonna go down to a little bit of a lower altitude just for fun. Go down to 1,000 feet. like 300 meters above the ground. I don't think people on the ground will be very happy with me. Like here comes a jet plane flying at 300 meters above their heads. Something here. Went to heat. Oh. It is very close to us right now. It's somewhere in there. I'm not sure I want to land there, actually. I just wanted to see if what it would be, and since we'll just leave that. Stick to my original plan to go straight to Cairo. That one is pretty far off from the actual Nile. If you go, I think it's somewhere over there. Or even further in. Should be straight ahead, should be somewhere over there. I guess they don't want to build the airports too close to the river, because if it floods, flooding an airport that floods is not a very good thing. Estimation of how far we might have up to. Ew. Might actually have quite the distance. Yeah. If I this oh. There. What? Okay. That one does not wanna. Oh, it is completely locked up. I can't even delete. What is a hiccup? There. Execute, and then we... What the? No. This one it has locked. I can't change that one. For some reason, the whole thing has gone blank. That is weird. Why? No, invalid delete. What? What? Clear. Clear. There. Execute. But this one, AS70, it's like stuck. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know why it's stuck and what AS70 actually even is. Where it got that from. Is this like established? Established 70? I really don't know. Wish IMS was here, he could explain it to me. Okay, we are heading to Asiat, who seems to be a pretty big city. Asiat, it has a population of 384,000, about half of your city. It is known for a trading and industrial center with textile fabrication and manure. And there are a lot of graves as well. Well, name one. Name one place in Egypt that does not have a lot of... And there's a dam here as well. And they have like diverted the Nile in that direction to like there's a very long canal going along the river here. Yeah, taking a bit of a shortcut here. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the flight control system that made it completely seize up. Like, just got stuck on this one. It just got stuck. I can't remove it. Well, no, invalid delete. Was like, what do you mean invalid delete of a town? That is so weird. Maybe I need to be on the ground in order to delete it. Huh. It shouldn't. I've deleted towns before. That is really weird. That would be something funny for Imps to try and figure out. He loves those kind of things. I don't know if he's awake. He just commented. Oh no. They are solving a Sudoku, I think. Yeah. I'm not gonna disturb them. Hmm. So how far do we have? That is 120. We still have quite a way to go. There is one small airport ahead of here. If I don't feel like, because we're about halfway from Luxor. We're about 50 nautical miles away from the next airport. There's the canal. I'm gonna see how long it takes to reach the next airport. It's 15:08 now. Because that is about, that's about a fourth of the way. So if that takes about 15 minutes, and I will reach Cairo at around 4. This part of Egypt is much greener. They have fertilize. They have like irrigated more land. Hey Noni, you think we should go down lower? Should I go down to 500 feet? Just for fun? Yeah, might. Just for fun. There aren't that much higher elevation around here, so I don't think it's a problem.
Altitude.
Or 600, because at 500 it's dodgy yelling. It's dodgy yelling. $500 is dodgy yelling. 500 feet, 500 feet, 500 feet. So 600 feet is good. Woohoo! Hey, we are flying very low now. 600 feet, that's about 200 meters. That is lower than some buildings. Well, decently tall buildings. What are those? Yeah, what are those? They're like... Yeah, what the... Is there a town on top of that hill? On that plateau there? Yeah, I think it is. Looks like... Yeah, it's El Minai we're coming on into now. It's like town on top of that hill up there. We'll be flying straight through the city on 200 meters altitude. Woohoo! Come on! Oh, El Minai. It's a town in Egypt and it's an administrative capital for the government of El Minai. The city has about 236,000 inhabitants. But 2005. Well, that's 20 years ago. It's a important river harbor and a commercial center with cotton, wool and milling industry, as well as some tourism. Yeah. I do have some passengers actually, which is not looking very comfortable there with their heads through the roof. Okay, we have passed El Minai, and the next available airport, there is one in Beni Suef, just ahead of Cairo. Might head to that one, so yeah, that would be. There's actually an airport called Sphinx International Airport. Oh. Now my brother is calling. Yes. Oh, yeah, my brother called with a lot of different things. Was a little bit weird there for a while. I'm glad I managed to keep myself in the air. Okay, where are we? Now I'm completely lost again because I'd have no clue during the call where I was. So, yeah. But we are heading towards Cairo here at least. Could have been that one. Oh. I don't know why everything in little nav map says on in Arabic. Like, can I, any way to change the language in the map? No. No. Yeah, we're coming up to that little hook there. Hey, it's that one. Hey. Huh. Looking at the map, trying to figure out where the bloody I am. Whoa. Well, we do have this massive canal along with a railway line, yes. And here we comes up to a big island where the river splits. That could be a lot of different places. Might be that one. Yeah, okay, I know where I am now. Hey! We're coming up to Liba. It's the next town. There seems to be a oil refinery here. Yeah, like a big... I don't know if it's an oil refinery or if it's... yeah, it looks like a... or a power plant. Oil refinery or a power plant. No, it's a power plant. That's a massive power plant. Crikey. I think some of those chimneys were... If I had flown past them, I would have hit them. Okay, we are definitely now heading into even more populated area. We are coming up to Beni Suef, where there is this airport that I was thinking about coming to. And I actually think I'm gonna go and land there. Alright, nearest airport leaves Beni Suef. Oh, they only have traffic. Okay, select the runway for landing. It is runway 1. This will be the end of the stream when we land at this airport here. And the next one we'll head for Cairo. There we have the airport. Alright. Oh, there it is. I turned too sharply.
Autopilot.
All right. Coming in for an approach. Okay. No.
Altitude.
All right, there we go. We have landed. Whoa, okay. That was a bit too fast of a turn. All right. Thanks for watching and thanks for the flight over almost the last part of Nile. Next stream we'll be heading over to Cairo and also all of... Where do you want me to go? I don't want to go out into the runway again. Oh well. So, next time we go over to Cairo, we're gonna check out some pyramids and the Sphinx and everything like that. So, have a nice day and thanks for watching.